of a sudden, I fell. Down, down, down.
Oh, looking for the white rabbit. Well, see if we all fell.
Oh, Mr. Bandit, wait.
It's a bit more like sitting on a cornflake, waiting for the band to come.
Be candid. Be candid now.
Spring break, woohoo!
Wait, it's not spring break.
It is spring break. I don't know.
Are you spring break?
Yes.
Take the last exit for the total. John Meadow Park.
What y'all doing? Girls with low self-esteem.
On John Henry's Park, and do likewise.
When I think of the we,
So you can't give me any more
think
of a
of-
specific reference than just the we.
Is this
my individual friends.
amalgus
Like
And the
systematic
relationships
and
that I have with those
collective
amoeba
mentality,
of
I feel, that has
crazy,
been
intelligent people with a turn.
experienced within.
But the
our group
we
of
does not
friends.
operate in any singular fashion, I guess. I don't know. Like it's just composed of so many different people and things bouncing off of each other in different directions.
What? Hannah, no, somebody, one of you.
It's
Ted.
me.
Ted.
It's Teddy.
Ted is drinking from the bottle already.
8, pick a mate. What's up?
Okay, I now have 3 mates.
Yep.
Much
drink.
like the other
You bring us here for your movie.
Never have I ever slept with Kimberly.
Alright, I'm down. Me too.
Now Kimberly feels like a whore, okay.
I don't know, like sometimes like, do you ever feel like you're just like overflowing with it? Like you just have so much to give and like no one to give it to, and
Last year, I got close to everyone, and that was really important to me, and that's really been a huge part of like keeping myself stable.
Hee hee. Ah! That's cute, Louis. That's really adorable. Yeah, thanks. Oh, hey, Kyle. What's up?
The cloth man.
Ew. Oh, Louis, that's creepy.
That's all you could see, the veil.
I feel like in many ways you would change. And you know, Ted wasn't around, and you did this beautifully. You just, you know, asserted yourself as your own person.
Your head's a weird shape.
The thing I like about the we, I guess, is that it doesn't really matter like what smaller factions we break into.
I guess
I
just,
equally
like,
get
in
along
terms
like
of
any group of 3 that you pull from here. I feel like I could spend the day
emotional
with
proximity.
and really enjoy myself.
Like, you know, I feel.
There's mostly just like Bryn and Lewis, and then like the guys, I'm really shy with girls.
Like just the whole like, I have a crush on every boy.
And obviously like I was kind of intimidated by you guys and like blah blah blah.
But not even just every boy, just like everyone. And so like I feel like I'll get like really really close to like 1 or
When
2
you trip
people
with someone,
for a
like
time.
you really get to know them and see like a side of them, and you feel close to them. I think.
So second semester, I was making new friends, which is like you and Anna and everybody. And I think when everybody came back together and we realized that it didn't just work in small groups, it worked as a big group too.
It was my first trip in Central Park, and it was me and Kyle, and Christine was babysitting. She wasn't tripping, everyone else was.
Is that when you lit Christine on fire?
It is when I lit Christine on fire, and it was like me, Kyle, Bryn, Anna, John Henry, Eddie, and Christine.
Yeah.
And there was a German Day parade happening at the time, so we got this German flag as a result of it, somehow. And we were like drawing on it at one point, and Kyle like wrote the phrase, "We are a we," and that's kind of where it came from.
I feel equally close to most people, kind of oddly distant with Bryn at times.
Allison and I, you know, we got
Bryn and Lewis and I were really close, the
first
three of us,
semester
and we
of
spent like all of our
sophomore
time
year.
together hanging out, and we had a really, really good time.
Like we clicked immediately. Like the day we met, we were holding hands.
I wouldn't say this is a positive or a negative thing, but I think drugs definitely induce events in our friendships. For example, the night that we all rolled. Yeah, I went into the foursome situation. And
I feel like I had heard about something like that before.
I don't
like,
think
Allison
drugs are what
probably-
brought us to that,
Allison
but I
had
think
said something
drugs
about
are
it,
kind of like
so I feel
false
like I had-
courage for that.
Like I was aware that something was going on.
She was my closest friend.
You know,
Like
over my head.
I kind of realized right before the summer started that I had this huge crush on Lewis, and just like
Bryn and I.
at this point,
Bryn and I were
it was
so
already
fucked up
set
over the summer.
you know,
We would just talk, and he'd talk
like,
about
I was
Lewis,
already
and
set
I'd
up
talk
to live
about
with his
Ari, and
dad.
we'd just talk about these weird little
And,
things that we would do to fuck with them. And then
really didn't want to go back to Indiana over the summer.
Bryn kind of got to the idea of a threesome, and then it came very quickly to a foursome.
And like you and I, like
we were talking about it, he brought it
you
up
and
to
I
us.
go
It was
pretty
just
far back.
being circled around for a while, and then even before we were rolling, on the way down to the city, like they both bit my shoulder, and I was like, it's on.
Yeah, I was like, all right, why not? Give that a shot. And then we decided to add Kimberly, Miss old Kimberly, to the list. And then we're all holding hands together.
Of underlying sexual tension between the three of us and the four of us. Everything had been so weird and really confusing. Like, my feelings towards Lewis at that time were so confused and conflicted. Like, I really had, I think, been rejecting like any feelings towards him for a really long time.
I've been dating her for near 10 months now, so.
There aren't a lot of girls who have our like personalities and intelligence and souls who party like, the only people who party like us, and then our girls are dumb biddies, is what I'm trying to say. So, I mean, we had a foursome. We run around like wild animals who own the city, and we do what we want.
As much as it hurt me, and as hard of a time as I've had getting over it, I do really think that it was a good thing that you broke up with me when we were freshmen, because I don't know that I would have become the person that I am right now if you hadn't. I think that it's very much
I think you
a possibility that I
came
could
to
have
college
remained in this
with,
static like idea of
at
wanting
least
to
to
be your
some
perfect
extent, the idea
girlfriend
that you
and, like,
wanted
what I
to
thought that meant, and all
change who you were,
the
or you
fucked
wanted to
up
try
things
new
that came with
things at
that,
the very
like
least, and you wanted to
the fact
branch
that I
out
wasn't
from
really being myself
who you
because I
were
didn't want to
before.
fuck anything up, and I was so afraid of like making you mad or you breaking up with me, which ironically led to you breaking up with me
Our
kind of in a way.
relationship was
I mean,
not
it's
balanced.
not like the only thing, but yeah. And,
you know, nor was it communicative enough for that not to be a problem.
in terms of, I guess, romantic love as opposed to friend love, like, I think that's what scares him about me, actually, and a large part of why we have,
you know, it was like this just totally unspoken
issues
but
sometimes,
completely
because,
visible.
yeah, I definitely do feel that way, and I think that sometimes I let that control my actions and my thoughts to too
inequality
much of an
between the two
extent,
of us.
where I'm
you
just
know?
like, you're so great, I want you now, I
Irrational
want you
Kimberly
all the
scares
time,
me.
like,
Why did we break up?
because you weren't in love with me.
I feel like when you first meet any people, like you don't really see them as people, you see them as characters. I don't want to be seen on camera watching I Love Money too. Never happened. I'm reading Moby Dick.
Maybe if we were watching Daisy of Love.
Yeah, Daisy.
Do you know Fabian's still in her bedroom?
She is. But who's in the front bedroom?
Do you know if Nate exists?
Nate's asleep.
He's what?
Nate's in bed too, so is John Hunter.
Well, if he's in bed, then I don't feel bad. He's the producer. He's supposed to be making me do things. There you go. I'm just the easily distracted director.
Do you know where the meat is? We're gonna wake people up with lunch.
Well, that's a great idea.
The meat.
Where are you gonna grill anyways?
You can't start grilling at people. I haven't even had breakfast.
Well, it's
We don't have breakfast.
after
though.
1. I had breakfast. I had cookies and strawberries.
Yeah, I had cookies and donuts and coffee and juice.
Oh, I saw the juice, but I didn't have the energy
juice was
to get
fucking
it out.
delicious, Christine.
Was
Thank
it
you.
orange juice?
There's orange juice. And then there's like
The really
tropical passion juice.
Ooh. Wait, which
It's
fruit
the
is that?
orange color that you know it's gonna taste good when it's that color.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Not really, but I guess I'll go find out.
Yeah. Tell me if you know what I'm talking about when you see the color of it.
Okay.
It's like the generic tropical juice deliciousness flavor.
Yeah, but carrot juice also has that flavor, and it is
It's
not so
slightly-
delicious.
It's slightly less tangerine.
Alright, I need to know now.
Yeah, carrot juice always
I'm trying to
tricks
watch
me.
it with money. I need to see this juice.
It's like the same color that the Caribbean Passion smoothie is at Jamba Juice.
Yeah,
So Kim, for the record, you do not want to start the interviews yet.
Are you documenting me now, Christine?
Yes.
Well, Christine, for the record, I'm just going with the flow. I'm just going with the flow.
I don't really look at it as a matter of
It's
betrayal,
not necessarily something
really.
you can put words to. Just being like, well, fuck this guy. I mean, whatever. He
It
did
just
this
seemed
and this and
kind of
this.
like
Why, you know, would I want this person in
But
my
I
life?
don't think.
I
I
don't
don't think
know
either of us
retrospectively,
were really after each other in that
feel like
way
was ever so
because
much of a factor
we had
in my thinking,
such
just because
an
of like
intense
the way that
friendship.
I already like felt towards
I don't
you,
really regret
and
it, but I do regret
Yeah,
like
it's not
some
really-
of the repercussions of it.
something that's
So when I think about love, I don't think about
like
a
I
set
feel
of
like you and I
parameters
got
that
much
would
closer because of it.
define that for me. I think about, do I feel this
But
way
because
or
of
do I
it,
not feel this way?
Lewis and Allison and I have become, in a way, more distant.
We talk about
or at
it,
least like
we try to figure things
Allison
out.
and I have become somewhat static in our relationship. Like there's just kind of.
For me, it was a major event in life where I learned a great deal more about myself.
Allison, like me and
I always
Allison
kind of wanted to be
are
like,
always me and
I had
Allison.
to
Like
deal with that myself and be like, you know what?
it
You-
doesn't really
you
like
fuck up.
It hasn't really been
and
getting better.
You
or
hurt
worse.
people, and
I'm not
the
like
only
Lewis and I
person
have gotten distant.
That's part
hurting
of
because of it.
life.